Hey everyone, welcome to the Crazy Science Lab. Today we're talking about an ultra-cool device that syncs human brains with robots. Here come the battle cops, let's check it out. With more advanced weapons and operators that never retire, the scale of war tips, it's like the Transformers of the tech age. In less than a month, humans wrapped up the war like a pro, sending all the leftover robots to a no-bots allowed pop. After the war, Ethan tossed this advanced gear into the regular market. Are you ready? People can now use this device to work half the time and slack off the other half. Talk about new workplace rules. Green's foster dad was totally dependent, too lazy to remove the connector even to check, truly exceptionally lazy. Unlike others, Green never used it, he preferred to mess with robots in person. After school, Green heard something outside and found a robot hiding behind the table like discovering an alien. Terrified, he dashed back inside to hide, but this robot knew him too well, no chance to escape. Just then, the robot swiftly picked up a photo from the table and insisted that it was Chris. Green was completely stunned at the moment. How could this be possible? Green couldn't accept it. How could Chris become a robot? Just as they argued, a bookshelf suddenly crashed down. Hearing the noise, his foster dad rushed over and saw the robot, thinking, this is a real mess. He was well aware that if the government found out, he could be taken away. Faced with such a dilemma, upon seeing the robot making a heart sign, Green experienced an epiphany. This was the special signal with his brother. As his foster dad called the police, Green quickly struck back with the elevator gun. Then Green and Chris jumped in a car and took off, even though their foster dad chased them with the robot unsuccessful. To sneak into the robot graveyard, they quietly hopped into Gigi's ride, leaving him totally confused. Suddenly a girl appeared in the car, and Jai didn't know how to handle it. Just then, the elevator started moving. Haim rushed to hide Little Yellow. The three held their breath in anticipation, only to find a robot hunter standing before them. Talk about tense, their hearts practically in their throats. According to the law, humans can no longer own self-aware robots. Green's in big trouble. Faced with such a mess, Jai and the others were totally on the defensive. What a failed sneak attack. Just as Jai seemed on the verge of defeat, Green loudly halted the hunter, using the distraction to seize the moment, and Haim successfully rebooted the robot. The hunter was momentarily out, and everyone hopped onto the rail car, but Jai fumbled with keys, causing confusion. After all that fuss, they couldn't hold on for even a second, and the hunter got furious, ready to snatch Chris. Luckily, Haim jumped in, but these two were no match. Thankfully, Green drove a bulldozer, perfect comedic timing. He sent the hunter flying, ready to rescue Chris, but Haim rushed out, and the odds were still against them. Green rumbled in the bulldozer, sending the hunter crashing against the wall. Now that's some good drama. After all this, they were forced into the quarantine zone, blocking their way home perfectly according to Green's plan. Chris' robot language module was malfunctioning, making communication tough, but Green was determined to uncover the truth. Chris' body was still alive. To find answers, they sought the quarantine doctor. Time for adventure. Rumor has it Chris was reluctant to tag along, but hey, boredom was boredom, so off they went. Meanwhile, the giant Haim in the warehouse was fully charged. Green watched Chris hop onto Haim's shoulder. What a heartwarming sight. Since they couldn't drive, it was time to carry on foot. On the way, the two shared some funny stories from the past. Chris mentioned he got hurt in a battle with robots, and Haim saved him. The bond was truly tight. Later, he requested the government to spare Haim, but lo and behold, Ethan's army wanted to wipe them both out. With no choice, they turned to a life on the run. While over at the company, Ethan was nostalgically reminiscing about his mom. Quite the emotional mix. Suddenly, the neural network went haywire. After unplugging, engineers explained the system had to glitch. Chris' physical body still existed as the core, but his spirit had escaped the company network. If he wasn't found by the weekend, it could be curtains. Ethan tracked down the hunter, instructing him to find the yellow robot ASAP. Everything else was fair game. Talk about a wild strategy. Within a very short span of time, the hunter's robot successfully completed its reboot, and at the same time, Green and his companions had arrived in the vicinity of Pinnacle Hill. There seemed to be an air of unusualness about the place. Below was a dilapidated base, looking like a ghost town. Green shouted, "Help!" He put me down. No, we have to go. Help. Who put me down? Facing the robot assault, Green and the gang were totally helpless, forced right in front of Watson, the robot leader. Watson immediately recognized that they were not enemies and didn't even cause them any trouble. What a smart guy he is. However, he refused to take them to see the doctor, leaving Green no choice but to prepare for a solo mission, a heartbreaking decision. That night while resting, Chris played an old cartoon he once watched with his sister, drawing a crowd of curious robots. Watson realized the relationship between humans and robots shouldn't be adversarial, so the next day he assembled a team to find the doctor. When he laid eyes on the doctor, he recognized Little Yellow. It felt like a flashback from years ago. You got this, Green. Chris' body died in a car accident, but the doctor combined his brain with machines. What a genius. Instead of arguing further, the doctor showed Green another video. Miraculously, Chris' body revived, but he had become the core of the system. Like this stowaway? Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.